Today's video is sponsored by Govee. If you want a fully reactive and adaptive lighting experience when it comes to playing games and watching movies, this might be the lighting kit for you. So included are two light bars to go on either side of your monitor. Now, we actually thought they were metal until we picked them up and realized they were plastic. They have this dark gray metallic finish on them, which is quite nice. Then we've got a neon styles tube strip which goes onto the back of the monitor. Now what's cool about this is that you also get some proper mounting hardware included with it. In fact, they even included templates that you can stick onto the back of the monitor to help with positioning of the strip itself. Now one is for 16:9 monitors and the other is for 21:9 ultra wides. Now once you've got the template in place and you know where you're going to position it, all you need to do is take the included clips, peel off the film, and stick them in each corner along with two at the top. Now after that, you just snap the neon tube into it and it's held securely in place. This is the new updated camera module which enables the reactive lighting effects and actually acts as the main hub to connect everything together, including providing power. It looks a lot more premium than the last version for sure. It also has a built-in hinge this time around, so it hangs off the top of your monitor rather than just sticking to the top of it. Now, this is a good thing for those of you that own monitors with fairly flat rear panels, and in fact, the instructions do state that this kit is only compatible with those type of monitors. Now, if you're like us and you happen to be using a monitor like this one from Alienware, which has a curve on the back, it should still work just fine, although you might have to fiddle with it a bit. It took us a few attempts to get it into the right place so that it would pick up the colors on the screen. Here's a quick rundown on how everything hooks up. So both the light bars and the neon tube strip have a single USB-C connector coming off of them. Each connects to the USB-C ports on the rear of the camera. This one is for power, just plug in the included AC adapter. And this one is a 3.5mm audio jack for feeding an audio signal directly into the lighting kit so you can get better music reactive effects rather than just relying on the built-in mic, which is located on the underside of the camera module. They do include a splitter cable as well, so you can connect it to your audio source without losing your headphone jack. You just plug your headphones into the other side of this cable. Now, I've kind of explained the setup already, though one thing I haven't really covered is how to set up the camera, so let's do that now. You get these orange foam squares included in the box, which you'll want to stick to both corners and edges of your screen. And I know they seem kind of weird, but we'll talk about this in a few minutes. Now next, go download the Govee app. And when you launch it, you'll want to click the plus symbol in the right corner and search for G1 Pro. First off, we need to check the positioning of the light bars to make sure that they match with the app. Next, we need to tell the positioning of the strip so that it knows where each corner and edge is. You do this by dragging each of the color segments until it matches up with what you're seeing. Finally, it's time to calibrate the camera. Now, this is where those orange foam squares come in handy. You simply drag each of the markers on the screen and match them up with the positions of the foam pieces. Do take your time on this because the more accurate that you are for the reference points, the better reactive lighting effect you're going to get. To finish setting it up, we'll need to add it to our Wi-Fi network. Now, do be aware that it only works on 2.4 gigahertz frequency, so make sure you're not trying to connect it to a 5 gigahertz network. And that's the setup complete. It's fairly straightforward, and now we can play around with our new light bars. Now, I'm sure most of you watching this have probably seen or experienced the Govee app before, so I'm not gonna spend too much time going over every single feature, but yes, you have full color control over both the light bars and the neon strip behind your monitor, so you can select each one independently and set it to whatever color you want. You can also set different parts of the light bars and neon strip to different colors thanks to the RGB IC tech. So you can get these really cool two-tone effects or even a rainbow style gradient if that's what you're going for. There's a scenes tab dedicated to showcasing lots of different animated effects. They're all categorized in different tabs so you can easily find what you're looking for depending on what mood you are in. And there's also a DIY section where you can create fully customized effects for choosing a color palette and applying any animation to achieve whatever result you like. Oh, and there is also a music tab which utilizes either the built-in mic or the direct audio feed on the camera if you opted to use that. Here's a quick demo of that in action.
Now,
I really do like Govee's app. I feel like they have the perfect balance between it being easy enough for those of you that just want a simple way to dial in colors, while also having an extra option available for more advanced users. So yeah, the whole kit can actually function as an advanced ambient lighting kit if that's all you want it for. But the cool feature about this kit is the reactive lighting, so let's test it out. We'll start off by using some videos designed to test the responsiveness and accuracy of this color sense technology. Then we'll move on to some more real-world experiences like movies and gaming and see how it performs. So color accuracy and responsiveness on those first examples were pretty good. Now the camera seems to do very well when there's a lot of one color on the screen. That way it can easily detect what's going on and how to interpret it. Now when it comes to things like games and movies, as you probably saw in the previous clip, it very much depends on the scenes. Sometimes it gets it spot on and looks amazing, and other times you might see colors that shouldn't belong in the scene in the first place. One thing you have to remember about these camera-based systems is that they do require a bit of tweaking to get them working well. You gotta make sure that you do everything properly, and they do recommend turning off other light sources in the room, even covering your desk with a dark mouse pad to help reduce the reflections in the camera. There's also a bunch of options to adjust within the app, like saturation, white balance, and sensitivity, so it's something you're gonna have to be willing to play with if you want to get the best results possible. HDMI sync boxes tend to do a better job at reading colors accurately. Now, cameras don't always get it right, but they do have one massive advantage, and that's that they always work with literally every device and every piece of content. You're not having to rely on running an HDMI signal through them, and it just works. They're also way cheaper. For example, here's the cost of the products you need to get a similar reactive lighting setup working from Philips Hue. But in conclusion, I like this kit. The neon strips and the light bars play in tandem really well, and they add another level of immersion to your gaming experience, and for a pretty reasonable price when you compare them to the other competition out there, $700. Nobody wants that. Now, I know some of you out there might say, but Nay, why would I buy this when I could do it myself? Of course you could do it yourself. If you want to DIY this kind of thing yourself and you have some decent knowledge about running LED strips and doing all that, then go for it. But if you're like myself and you're like Josh and you don't have the time for that and you want to buy a kit that has everything included and a good app that will run everything smoothly, then this would be a great buy. What do you guys think about these RGB light bars? Is this something that you could see putting in your setup? Let us know down below in a comment, and also if you want to check them out, you will also find the link down there as well. And make sure to watch this video if you want to see some cool RGB accessories for your gaming setup, and we'll catch you in the next one.